Every generation has a superstar. But once in a lifetime, a player appears who doesn't just dominate the sport, he transforms it forever. Not through brute strength, not through sheer size, but through precision, fearlessness, and a shot so revolutionary it forced the world to rethink what basketball could be. This is the story of Stephen Curry, the man who changed the game. Stephen Curry was born in 1988 into a household where basketball wasn't just a sport, it was a legacy. His father, Del Curry, was one of the smoothest shooters of his era, and young Steph spent countless nights in NBA arenas watching the lights, the crowds, the pressure, the rhythm of the game. But growing up around greatness didn't mean greatness believed in him. Steph was small, skinny, undersized. Scouts doubted him, coaches overlooked him, and major colleges didn't want him. To them, he didn't fit the mold of an NBA future star. But deep inside, Steph carried something no scout report could ever measure: a relentless heart, an unshakable confidence, and an obsession with becoming better every single day. While others saw limits, he saw opportunity. While others questioned him, he questioned nothing but his own work ethic, and that work ethic would become his weapon. When the big NCAA programs ignored him, Steph chose tiny Davidson College, a school no one expected to shine on the national stage. No ESPN spotlight, no hype, no pressure, just possibility. Then came March 2008, a moment that would change everything. Curry lit up the NCAA tournament with performances no one saw coming. 40 points, 33 points, 30 points. He dismantled top-ranked teams with a confidence far larger than his frame. The world watched in disbelief as he carried Davidson to the Elite Eight, shocking powerhouse programs and becoming one of the greatest underdog stories in college basketball history. Overnight, Steph Curry became a national sensation, and everyone who once doubted him was suddenly paying attention. In 2009, the Golden State Warriors drafted him with the 7th overall pick, but the NBA wasn't kind to him in the beginning. His ankles betrayed him repeatedly: sprains, swelling, surgeries, the kind of injuries that end careers before they begin. Critics labeled him fragile. Analysts questioned whether he belonged in the league. Some even suggested the Warriors should trade him before it was too late. But Steph didn't break. He rebuilt. He studied his body, fixed his mechanics, strengthened every weakness. The pain became his teacher. The doubt became his fuel. Every setback sharpened him, mentally, physically, emotionally. And when he returned, he wasn't just healed, he was transformed. What happened next was something the game had never seen. There had been great shooters before him, legends, but Stephen Curry did something different. He didn't just shoot the three, he weaponized it. He stretched the court further than anyone imagined possible. 25 feet, 28 feet, 30, 35. There was no limit. He blurred the line between good shots and impossible shots, pulling up in transition, hitting step-backs from the logo, scoring from distances that defied logic. Defenses panicked. Coaches rewrote strategies. Teams redesigned rosters. Because guarding Steph wasn't a challenge, it was a nightmare. Then came the 2014-15 season, when the revolution officially began. Curry won his first MVP and led the Warriors to their first championship in 40 years. He didn't dominate with size or strength. He dominated with geometry, spacing, angles, timing, and vision. He broke the single-season three-point record, and children around the world started copying his form in driveways, parks, and playgrounds. Suddenly, every kid wanted to shoot like Curry. The game was changing, and everyone could feel it. But the story didn't peak there. The 2015-16 season is remembered as one of the greatest individual seasons in NBA history. Curry averaged 30 points per game,
led the Warriors to a historic 73-9 record, and shattered his own three-point record with an unbelievable 402 threes. Night after night, he delivered moments of pure magic. No-look threes, impossible half-court shots, game winners that made crowds erupt. It was basketball reimagined, reinvented, transformed. And then he made history. Stephen Curry became the first unanimous MVP the league had ever seen. Every voter agreed he was the best player on earth. But as with every great story, there was heartbreak. In the 2016 NBA Finals, the Warriors faced LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Up 3-1 in the series, the world believed the championship was theirs. But in one of the most shocking comebacks in sports history, the Warriors fell. The avalanche of criticism that followed hit Curry harder than any defender ever could. People blamed him, questioned him, diminished his legacy. It was a moment that could have broken any player. But not Steph. He absorbed it, learned from it, and rose even stronger. When Kevin Durant joined the Warriors, the league changed again. Golden State became a super team, fast, deadly, and unstoppable. They won championships in 2017 and 2018, and even though Durant often stole the spotlight, Curry remained the system's engine. The gravity that distorted defenses, the teammate who elevated everyone around him. Without Steph, the dynasty would not exist. But time is undefeated. Injuries hit, players left, and critics declared the Warriors' era over. They said Steph's best days were behind him. But greatness doesn't vanish, it evolves. In 2022, Curry delivered the most meaningful triumph of his career. No Durant, no super team, just Steph, leading with brilliance and heart. He carried the Warriors back to the top and claimed his long-awaited Finals MVP, cementing his place among the greatest players the game has ever seen. It was redemption, validation, a message to the world that he was far from finished. Stephen Curry didn't just play basketball, he reinvented it. He changed how players train, how teams defend, how coaches design offenses, and how young athletes dream. He made the impossible look natural, the difficult look effortless, and the extraordinary feel normal. From the skinny kid nobody believed in, to the architect of a new era, this is Stephen Curry, the greatest shooter in the history of the sport, a four-time champion, a two-time MVP, a Finals MVP, an icon, a revolution, and his story is far from over.